Astro Boy. In honor of the 70th anniversary of this legendary character, it's time to take a look at the official Astro Boy figure from Pantasy Bricks. If you're a fan of Astro Boy and LEGO style products, this is gonna be a must buy for you. Let's go ahead and take a look. You heard that right. This is an officially licensed Astro Boy product. You can find hints of this all over the packaging. The instructions, they really just went all out, making it clear that this was for fans of Astro Boy. Now, as you can see, this set is not only an accurate recreation of how Astro Boy normally appears, although it is that on his right side, but on Astro Boy's left side, you can see inside of his body to reveal all of his mechanical robot innards. And they really nailed it on this part. I mean, the robotic assemblies with all these gizmos, they really make it feel like it's a functioning robot. They use these shiny silver and gold sprayed pieces that really do look metallic, and they feel great to build with. So I will go ahead and get that out of the way right now. The pieces here are satisfying to build with. It's hard to express the quality of the pieces without touching them yourself, but all these many Amazon reviews do agree with me on the quality of these pieces, so I'll just leave it at that. Making this set into a cross section of Astro Boy's human looking side versus his robot insides was really a genius idea for many reasons, one of which is that it really helps to add some variety to the build process. Instead of building two identical legs and arms, you alternate between building his human and robot sides, so no two sections are exactly the same. We're gonna take a look at this set in more detail and talk about all the ins and outs of this Astro Boy figure. If you do end up wanting to purchase this set, make sure you don't miss out on the 15% coupon code down below in the description. The retail price for this guy is $110 US for the normal Astro Boy. For an extra $10, you can get the lighting kit version of this set, which adds a light to Astro Boy's heart and his robot eye. As someone who is still new to lighting kits, I do recommend the lighting kit version. I think it looks really awesome, and I really enjoyed it. What's up everyone, my name is Michael, welcome back to the channel. As always, you can use the chapter markers down below to navigate through the video to your heart's content. I'm gonna be honest, I had heard of Astro Boy, but never really understood, the significance of Astro Boy or knew much about the character at all. But while building this set, I checked out the 2003 Astro Boy cartoon and I was really impressed. The animation is simply incredible and the story looks at humanity and the role of robots in our future. Also kind of like a Pinocchio story. That's really all I really know so far. I haven't finished the series, but I do really recommend you check it out or at least start it, because that's what I did. Did you know the original Astro Boy cartoon was the very first popular animated Japanese television series, which embodied the aesthetic that later became familiar worldwide as anime. That's right, it was the first anime series that was made in Japan and enjoyed by people around the world and in the US. I thought that was a pretty cool fact. Fun fact of the day for you guys. Let's talk a bit in more detail about this Astro Boy set. So we've got Astro here. He's pretty tall. He's 12 inches tall when fully built. He comes in this black stand, which makes him super sturdy, prevents him from falling, and it's super sturdy. I mean, look at this. I can just wiggle him around. His foot's supposed to be attached. So it's gonna be a nice display presence on your shelf. It's got a little sign that's familiar to like the LEGO UCS style. And they've added a few decorations here, placing him inside of a lab, probably where he was created, maybe? If you get a lighting kit, the stand functions as a place to organize the lights. The design of the build of Astro Boy himself is really great. The curvy organic outline of Astro Boy's human half contrasts perfectly with his robotic internal details on the other side. He's got a total of 10 movable joints, so you can articulate any of his limbs. He's got wrist, elbow, shoulder, hip, and ankle joints. You can articulate the fingers on his robot hand too. Oh, it'd be like a Luke Skywalker. Like I already mentioned, the silver and gold sprayed metallic pieces really enhance the metallic look of his robot half, and they just feel phenomenal. It was very satisfying to build with, as I said already. Now, if you watch any of my other reviews, you know that the instructions are a major factor for me when reviewing third-party sets. An amazing kit is not gonna be satisfying if the instructions are confusing or cumbersome to follow. Official LEGO instructions are obviously my standard for this because I feel like they usually provide pretty clear direction, just a few pieces per step, with clear, obvious placements so you don't get overwhelmed at any point, and the Pantasy Bricks instructions do this just perfectly. Their actual step-by-step instructions are about as similar to LEGO instructions as you can get, in my opinion, and There are a few elements in these instructions that I do think that LEGO could learn from. Let's talk about it. So firstly, the extra Astro Boy elements added to the instructions just make me super happy. They have a diagram explaining some of his special features and his powers. Astro Boy pops up frequently throughout the build to give you some tips on new sections and stuff. I really think that these instructions make an extra effort to make sure you're understanding the step. You know, frequently rotating the assembly, showing it in different angles to eliminate any guesswork for the placement of the pieces. And I think that anyone who's an Astro Boy fan will really appreciate the extra Astro Boy elements to the instructions. Now finally, let's talk about the lighting kit for a second. The lighting kit does cost $10 extra. The installation of this thing is very simple, so if you have used any sort of LEGO lighting kit before, this should be very familiar to you. You've got your LEDs, your wires, and your little board which connects everything together. The Astro Boy lighting kit allows you to use USB power, or you can just use a battery, which is sold separately. And all it takes is just removing a piece, taking out one of them, putting the LED back in there, and then attaching it back on. It's pretty simple. Now, these instructions are all in Mandarin for this part. However, they do offer a video example to go off of, or you can do what I did and just use the Google Translate app. It's the first time I've ever used it like this, and I gotta say, very useful. So anyway, the lighting kit isn't too hard as long as you're good with plugging in the tiny plugs, which isn't too bad as long as you can figure out which way they plug in. Not too bad at all. But once you get everything wired up, you can attach the board to the stand here with the adhesive. Then his eye and his heart light up. It looks pretty cool. Honestly, even more lights in here would have been nice, but would have added a bunch of wiring to the set, so I do understand, and I like the way they did it regardless. Overall, I love this set. It's given me an immense appreciation for the character, and I also think that any Astro Boy fan out there would probably love to have this in their collection. So if you guys do have this set, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd be curious to know if you guys have tried anything else from Pantasy Bricks. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace!